Hey, very fresh. 29th December 2018. And the mainstream just will not leave this alone. It's not me that won't leave it alone. It's them that won't leave it alone. And the reason they won't is because they know the truth is out. And I actually feel bad for these athletes, these guys who know the truth, but yet, they love this life better. They're afraid for their current life. And I understand. I hope they get the strength. I pray they come to the saving grace of Christ and know that only truth can set you free. And so while they live in luxury in the prison of the flesh, I hope before that flesh perishes that they do come to Christ. I really do. And speak the truth to the world, because the world needs the truth, and it's getting it, slow but sure. But the mainstream, they're doing everything they can to keep that from you. Isn't that funny how they did that with that one letter right there? Why do you think they did that? I digress. All these athletes being shamed, you got the likes of Scott Kelly, all these astronauts, science teachers that are just shaming these guys. They're just shaming them. The blowback to Steph Curry. Oh, man, these poor guys. I feel bad for them. I really do. But they know the truth, but they can't speak the truth. And it will haunt them. And I pray that they just get through that. You know what I mean? I do. But they're really throwing this out there. They are throwing everything they got at this fake moon landing and flat earth conspiracies that they have, just to shame people into not talking about it, so on and so forth. These are gatekeepers. When people come to understand the truth about where they live, they come to understand God, okay? Not from this meaningless, endless universe where science teaches you're just an accident that lucked out and you're just going to destroy yourselves anyway. Humans are a virus, blah, blah, blah. This is the devil speaking, and it's in all the schools. So they're throwing all this stuff around, and at the very same time, they're telling us about Apollo 11 moon landing documentary. Never seen before footage in death-defying mission, okay? So, and people have a hard time wrapping their mind around how elaborate of a staging this is. It's like a Hollywood movie. Do you go to the movies and watch a movie and sit there and say, this is fake, this is fake? You know what I mean? Because you go to the movie because it's so realistic, right? Especially the CGI stuff they have now. They have things, put it this way, let's take a look at something I want to show you. We'll get to him in a minute, but watch this right here. You don't even need the sound to understand what I'm talking about. This is 20 years ago, okay? This is the type of thing that they were able to pull off years and years ago, all right? Hollywood, right? So what do you think they're able to do with their little Apollo movie? I mean, honestly. Because they show footage of these guys dressed in tinfoil, walking around, and they build all these big buildings, and they actually shoot actual rockets up in the air that don't go to space. I mean, this is ridiculous, people. The truth does set you free, and so why wouldn't you want people to know the truth? Well, because you have another agenda. Just want to show it to you, I mean, even the astronaut himself here, Pettis, he says he'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. I mean, this is an astronaut, you guys, okay?
Go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
We destroyed the technology, and it's a painful process to bring it back again. Look at this man's face. Do you think that's a human being, like someone with a heart and a soul and a conscience speaking right there? Or is this just like some demonic-driven drone Do you understand? This spiritual war is a hell of a lot deeper than people understand. Even Christians. Even the elect can be fooled. So you got all this going on. I hope and pray that these men become men of God and just bust open the veil. And then one last thing I remember I wanted to show you here. There's no evidence of extraterrestrial activity. A massive blue glow reigns over New York City. Now, this was, because I work in welding and electricity, I've worked with arc welders that literally produce thousands of amperage, and this is an electrical arc. That is what happened here. I believe that. However, the blue neon sky should never have happened. What you should have seen is just a reflection of the white light on regular clouds. These should be white clouds. They should be, and they're not. It's blue, neon blue. And the reason it is very simple and very easy to understand. It's what they're spraying out of the airplanes. They are spraying particulates and chemical compounds daily over the entire population of this country that I can speak of for a fact because I live here and I see it every day. And for purposes known and unknown, they're doing this. But regardless, they're doing it without telling you, and you're breathing this stuff in, and it is festering in your body and in your children and in your food and water. This is the work of the devil. There is no entity, no human mind with one iota of conscience that could put an airplane up in the sky and spray heavy metal compounds onto mass populations without their knowledge, knowing that it, precipitates Alzheimer's, it ruins the ground soil and groundwater. They don't care because they're out of their minds. They are run by the devil. They are given over. It's a war above all wars that you need to be engaged in. And you don't have to go out with a picket sign or a rifle. You do it right in the quiet of your own home. But you need Jesus. You need to be connected to Him in order to have any power. So do that. It's the best day you could think of to do it. Okay? So, I don't know what I just said, but I know that this is important and people need to wise up to the war they're in and start accepting truth, because you will remain imprisoned until you're dead. Do you understand? Your life is short and you die. We all come to an end. This flesh withers and dies like the grass. Then what? If you don't think there's anything beyond that, then carry on. Enjoy. But I pray you come to Christ, each and every one of you. So, there's that. Shabbat Shalom. Peace and grace to y'all. Many fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God,